Hey guys, welcome back. So today I want to show you an accessory for the AR15 that will give you ambi-control over your bolt release. The AR15 has this ping pong paddle on the left hand side of the receiver that's used to reload or lock your bolt open when you want to hold the bolt to the rear. Most people, when they're reloading, will insert the magazine and hit that with their thumb and then go forward with their non-shooting hand to the handguard, or they'll hit it with the palm of their hand and take their hand forward. A lot of more modern rifles have ambidextrous controls, rifles like the ACR, that have controls down here by your index finger on both sides of the rifle. What I want to show you is a product by Teal Blue Bravo that's called the PDQ. It's something you can install yourself. It costs $59.95, and it gives you ambidextrous control to your rifle and the ping pong paddle. Now I know there's other products on the market like the bad lever and stuff like this. This is a more permanent solution, obviously, because it does require you to cut your lower receiver to accommodate the PDQ. The PDQ is right here. So it gives you a ping pong paddle that lays horizontal. It's just behind the ejection port cover. To lock the bolt to the rear, you just push up on it, pull your charging handle to the rear, and it locks the bolt to the rear. To release it, you just reach up with your index finger and release the bolt. So let's take a closer look at this product. Well, first of all, let's take a look inside the packaging of the PDQ. Now, you can buy this in this package for $59.95 and install it yourself, or you can contact Teal Blue Bravo and have them do it for you. Inside this package, you'll have the PDQ, which is right here. I'll show you that here in a second. But you'll also have detailed instructions on how to install it yourself. It can be done with simple hand tools. So you need a Dremel and a hand file and some rebluing chemicals. You can pick all this stuff up at your local hardware store or local gun shop. I'll show you what the installation looks like on the rifle here in just a second. Here's the PDQ itself. So you can see there's the standard ping pong paddle. Here's the patented release lever that's going to be on the right hand side of the receiver. So now let's take a look at it inside the rifle and show you what it looks like. Now it does require you to take off some material on the inside. Let me just take this upper completely off the rifle here. So here you can see it on the inside. You can see how it moves. So what you're doing in essence is cutting a trough across the receiver to accommodate the PDQ. Let me show you what the PDQ looks like out of the rifle here really quick. So here you can see what it looks like in and out of the rifle. So you're making enough room in there for this. It's pretty much a standard bolt release up to this point. You're just making room for the right hand side, just this paddle release lever. Most of that's done with just a hand file. Now you'll notice you'll also have to take off part of this fencing back here to clear it unless you're using a non-fenced lower. And you can touch that up with, you know, aluminum refinishing stuff that you can pick up at your local hardware or your local gun shop. So the installation is, you know, fairly simple. I personally wouldn't want to do it. I'm not all that handy with tools, so I would opt to have a gunsmith do it for me or have Teal Blue Bravo do it for me. But if you're fairly handy with tools, it shouldn't take you all that long to install it yourself. Now I can't vouch for what it does to the integrity of the receiver. It doesn't appear to change the integrity of the receiver much at all, but yeah, it almost looks like a factory installation. So let's put it back on, the upper back on the lower here really quick, and show you what it looks like up close. So there's the PDQ lever. You'll notice when I lock the bolt to the rear, when I push up on it, you'll notice it's pushing up slightly on this dust cover. It doesn't seem to impede function, but it does push up on it. Now to release the bolt after you chamber, or you want to chamber a fresh round, you just reach up with your index finger and just touch that. It doesn't take a whole lot of pressure. It's fairly light. And I can't really tell you, I do have this brass deflector that kind of gives it some cover, but I haven't had too many problems with knocking the bolt closed by accident, no more so than having the paddle over here on this side. So again, you stick a magazine in, reach up with your index finger, and reload. Let's fire off a few rounds here really quick and show you what the process looks like live fire. The PDQ gives you the ability to operate the rifle while it's in your shoulder. You'll notice the bolt's home currently. I can reach up with my finger, pull back the charging handle. Of course, I have to move my face to clear the charging handle. But I've just locked the bolt to the rear. So I can reload the rifle with it in my shoulder. Stick fresh magazine in. Just put a magazine in the gun. With your index finger, reach up here, release the bolt, and then you can fire. Reload, just simply drop the magazine, put another one in. it really does improve the speed at least with I can reload the AR-15 rifle. It's a pretty neat little contraption. Okay guys, it's time for some final thoughts on the Teal Blue Bravo PDQ ambidextrous paddle control for the AR-15 rifle. Overall, I think that it does increase the speed by which I can reload the rifle. It definitely helps me do faster reloads. It also makes clearing malfunctions much easier. You can see that I have complete control over the bolt from the right-hand side with my index finger. I can release the bolt. I can easily lock it open from the right-hand side. I haven't found that it's overly sensitive. It is somewhat sensitive to being touched, but it's in a good spot. It's certainly in a better spot than the standard ping pong paddle. I'm forever accidentally closing the bolt on the AR-15 when I have it locked to the rear, especially if you go to lay it down. When you go to lay this rifle down on this side with the PDQ, it's not going to release the bolt. So it's actually a pretty decent design. It tucks away nicely. The only thing that you have to do is cut up your lower receiver. Now, I wouldn't cut up one of my Colts or any one of my rifles, but if you want to install one of these, what you could do, and what I would personally do, is buy a lower like I have here, which is a Spikes tactical lower. Just buy a lower and install it and see how you like it. And then you can put your favorite upper on it. Then you're not modifying or screwing with your standard everyday rifle that you might have a lot of money invested into, like my Colt 6920, which is my favorite AR-15. So it's a neat option. It might be something you want to play with and try an installation on yourself. It certainly, as I said, speeds up the speed at which I can reload and manipulate the rifle. If you guys have any questions about the PDQ, you can ask those questions on our Facebook page. You can find us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/militaryarms. Thanks for watching, everybody. Talk to you guys soon.